How was it for you?
Well, I've had better.
Yeah, well, like I said, I stayed on my Jack Todd.
Yeah.
Just normal. On this day of the 26th, of course,
Yeah.
now you can go out to a pub, people. Now you
Mm.
can go out to the pub. And you and I, Mark, we need to thank, and cheers. Cheers.
Oh, well, yes.
Christmas.
I'm afraid I'm recovering from yesterday.
Somebody got the body clock wrong.
Yeah.
You and I, Mark, we need to thank our lucky stars that we aren't in the UK.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a dilemma. Um, and I ask, have they finally drank the bar dry? Was that Irish song by the Dubliners, "The Pub with No Beer," was it a prophecy? Will splitting a G be something of the past? If you know what splitting a G is, I'll explain it to you later.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Yes. So, when ask you now. Yes.
Uh, since before Christmas, pubs in the UK have feared that they will run out of the black stuff, and rationing it's began to be introduced. I talk, of course, about Guinness.
Yes.
Right? Um, it seems that the problem is only in the UK, as in Ireland, there isn't a problem. But then, of course, there wouldn't be. It's Ireland and it's Guinness.
Yes.
If they did, there would be a serious incident to make Ukraine look like child's play.
Forget the potato famine. The Guinness famine. That would really be something. Yeah.
That'll get blokes up in arms.
Yeah.
And a lot of the ladies, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not going to tell you the joke that's just come to my mind. Yes.
The old Ivy House in Clerkenwell, London, has already rationed their supply of Guinness. And still they're falling short of the stout. Guinness, by the way, is a type of stout. The landlady informed that she gave out ration cards and only allows 1 pint per person, but only after they bought two other drinks. Right, so it's a sort of blackmail going on there.
Well, yes. Yes.
You buy 2 pints of the bitter, and you can have a pint of Guinness.
Mm.
She said that when her ordering came in from off the dray on the Wednesday, she only had half a barrel in stock, and already she's almost sold out on the Friday.
Yeah.
It's the busiest time of the year, which is going back, what do we do during Christmas? Well, apparently it's chugged down lots and lots of Guinness.
Maybe even the past, but yeah.
Right. So, it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen if it did get down to zero.
Mm.
You talk about the potato famine. When you're
Yeah.
talking about beer,
Yeah.
it stops to become funny.
Mm. Yeah.
So what you can chat about is what to do if the pub really does not have any beer. But they the Dubliners are not our Irish folk band
Yeah.
back in the day,
Yeah.
and they had this song, "The Pub with No Beer,"
Mm.
and they were saying how everybody in the pub was miserable.
Oh,
You
well.
didn't have any, they didn't have any laughter or anything like that because there's nothing to get them jolly, merry.
Yeah. Yeah, well.
So if the pubs really did have no beer, what do you think the British public what would be like? Would it be even more depressed than what it is now?
Uh, yes. Well, okay. Well, when you think about Ireland and beer, people be on an enforced pledge. Anyone who's had any connection with Ireland will know what the pledge is. Yeah. Um, yes, wouldn't go down at all well, certainly in Ireland. In the UK, yeah, I saw this. At first, I must admit, I thought it was some sort of clever marketing strategy. I'll be quite honest. That's the first thing that came to my mind. That's why I didn't really pay much attention to it. Yeah, it's a diversion tactic, you know. It's a wonder they didn't have drones with Guinness written on the side or something, you know, it's a bit of a publicity stunt or a diversion. Um, yeah, I mean, I like black stuff. I've I've not found it on a for a reasonable price, certainly in Brazil. I do miss it. Yeah, yeah. So, I don't know. Yeah, yeah. I really don't have my drink with me next to me. Yeah, I'm recovering at the moment. Um, it's a it's a it's a very very strange story. Um, I don't know the ins and outs of it. How can you suddenly not have Guinness available at the busiest time of the year, theoretically, landlords? I know less people, younger people, are supposedly drinking, yeah, for various different reasons. Um, but yes, there's still people of my age and a bit older who still like their bit of stout, especially at this time of year. Yeah. Yeah, I remember the days that I around Christmas night used to go and have like six pints of Guinness in a night. Yeah, just go around. Next person to go to the bar. That was it. You didn't stop. Um, yeah, good. I don't think I could do that now. Um, but it's a strange story. Again, supply demand. Has somebody actually got it wrong somewhere? Um, I, I don't know. Maybe they thought there'd be maybe some actuary somewhere has said, "Oh, people are going to be drinking less," because yeah, obviously Guinness has a limited shelf life, um, and it sounds like somebody may have thought, well, less and less people are drinking, therefore we don't have to produce as much. We shouldn't be producing as much because obviously you're trying to avoid shrinkage, um, or throwing
I,
away.
I think there are so many different reasons why it could have come to that,
Mm,
right? And the only people who can tell you the truth are going to be Guinness themselves,
mm,
right? Or whoever it is, Ally Breweries or whoever it is
yeah,
that makes Guinness. Um, but there are so many reasons why uh, things turned out like they did. I don't think it's a propaganda
no,
sort of ploy
mm,
because too many people are complaining about it.
yeah.
Yeah, too many people. So the landlords. I mean, the landlord. He just wants to sell as much as he can.
Well, of course, yeah. That's what landlords tend
So
to do.
rationing it out to people who rationing it out is not actually is going against what they want to do. You know. So I think the story's got legs.
Yeah,
Unlike me, after I have about 10 of them,
yeah.
which of course I'll never do because I don't have that much loose change in my pockets these days.
Yeah, I just trying to calculate how much it is to have a pint of Guinness in London now, and it would be like, yeah, you have to take a
Well,
second more. Yeah.
here, it's really expensive
Oh yeah.
because of course it's imported
Yeah.
and it's only imported in cans, you know,
Yeah.
and it's very expensive in the supermarkets, very expensive.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, probably available. Yeah, we've got one that's owned by an American company called Sam's Clubs here. Um, we're not endorsing anyone and all that, but yes, you go in there, you can just mainly where you can get all the exotic beers here. I haven't been in there for years. I remember going in there and I think I saw it in there, like you're saying, the cans. No, thank you. I like it on the draft. I know it's not always possible at home, but um, yeah, I mean, you've actually got the taste of the Guinness in my mouth. You know, it's got what the desire to have it sort of coming there. But um,
But you saying that has made me a little
yeah,
hold on.
please don't. I'm suffering here, man. You know, God, that's like rubbing my nose in it, as it were. But
Pace yourself, man.
yeah, well, yeah, you know I'm incapable of doing that. Drinking like water, quite literally, yeah. Um, yeah, it's a, how can I put it? It's a very, very strange story, as I said a few times. You caught me on a, well, I glimpsed it, and it's like one of these things that I just didn't bother reading because I thought there has to be a joke in that somewhere. Um, Bit of sick joke. Some people have too many. Um, I cannot believe. Yeah, I mean, I've forgotten. Yeah, like Sarlar Breweries, but I think they're owned by someone else. Would make a mistake like that. I can't even imagine why. There has to be something behind it. Um, could be something sinister. No, you think it's just administration cock up? Yeah, a bit like the potato famine. It's an administration cock up. Yeah,
Well, I don't know. There are so many aspects of producing products these days that,
yeah,
you know, it might have been that somebody had a fat finger and instead of 100, they just put one. And, and that's what was delivered, you know.
yeah.
Of course, the Irish are rejoicing because it means more for them.
Well, yeah, they haven't got the famine. Yeah. Um, I'll probably get into trouble for for managing to mix up two stories, the potato famine, and the Guinness famine in one story. But yes,
Their
um,
their cuppeth overfloweth.
mm, well, the Irish will be capitalising on it. You know, Guinness isn't good for you. What do you think, the British or the English British? Yeah, um,
I imagine the Irish on TikTok now saying, "Hey,
well, I mean, I would take it as a joke, you know,
of course,
that
I
it
mean,
is. Yeah, I mean, it's so hilarious. Um, I think I actually, well, again, yeah, I've only got a few days to get it in. I mean, it's not necessarily for Christmas; it'll be for New Year. That's where the issue will be heading into New Year. How are you going to get the amount required from now? So you've got a weekend, 2 days next week. Um, and then you've got a few days to actually get the rest out, the consignments out, and into the pubs in the
I
UK.
don't I
Yeah,
don't know if it's related, but recently there have been three major darts tournaments in the UK, and the penultimate one was at Lakeside,
yeah,
and the most recent one was at Alexandra Palace,
yeah,
and I watched on the telly
yeah,
or on the
yeah,
computer,
yeah,
and Alexandra Palace every day was shocker,
mm,
shocker, heaving,
yeah,
heaving. Everybody in fancy dress and
yeah.
trestles looked like a beer keller in,
Okay.
in Germany, and they weren't drinking lemonade.
No, well, that's not the idea of the darts. You know, you
So
got to leave.
I don't know if they helped create the problem. You know, you never know.
Yeah. Yeah. This is what's strange about us British people. We have in a pub we have lethal weapons in the hands of people that are drunk. You know. Yeah, but I've never heard of anyone that's actually died because of a dart in a pub. Never heard of it. I saw one guy one day, one Christmas party it was actually, or Christmas function at work, stood in front of there and had his colleagues throw darts around his head.
Yeah, I did that. I did that with my brother one time. When we were kids,
Yeah,
played moving targets, and he said, you know, you throw the darts and I'll move around. I said, well, turn your back to me first. He was against the wall, you know.
yeah,
Of course, the wall full of holes in the living room. My parents went up the wall,
yeah. Well,
but
really, yeah.
and my brother he turned round and started moving around, and I threw this star and it hit him right in the middle of the right in the back of the head.
Oh
Stuck
God,
there, stuck
yes,
there.
yeah,
He beat me in more ways than one.
yeah. I mean, I managed to put a hole in my sister's head once, but not quite that. It involved a radiator. That's a different story. Yeah, a game of Monopoly at Christmas and a radiator one year. So there's a story.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah. But when I was quite young, actually, yeah, it was.
that'll teach her to win.
Well, yeah, there was a dispute over money. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I had to bring in the heavy. It had to bring out some heavy tactics. Sent across the room. Her head hit her radiator. Boxing Day. Yeah, fresh enough. It was on Boxing Day. Off to the accident emergency. Yeah. Um, I learned quite quickly. Get up the stairs quickly, away from my dad. You know, because he was the one that's gonna. Yeah, somebody was gonna have to take her. Yeah. Um, yeah, that's quite a funny one. Well, it's not funny. We still joke about it now. Yeah. Um,
Anyway, look, just to cut this short,
yeah,
for what's left of it, people, have the rest of the holidays a fine holiday. All the best for the new year,
yeah.
and we'll see you next year.
Okay.